Have you ever felt like your beliefs, the very things that make you you, are suddenly under attack? Well, today we're going to get into something really fascinating based on Peter Duke's Substack post, The Dialectic Attack on Passion. It's all about this subtle but really powerful way our minds can be hijacked. We're going to look at how we genuinely change our beliefs, and more importantly, how to spot when that super personal process is being messed with from the outside.
So let's just get personal for a second. Can you think back to a time you had a real change of heart about something? Something big? What did that actually feel like? I'm willing to bet it wasn't like flipping a switch. It was probably more of a slow burn, right? A process of discovery, of thinking things over. That's the real, authentic journey we're going to unpack right now.
You know, at the very heart of this whole journey is something we all have: free will. And this isn't just some dusty old philosophical idea. According to Duke's research, it's literally the engine of our own personal growth. It's that power we're born with that lets us look at what we believe, actually question it, and in the end, change our own minds from the inside out. Okay, but here's the twist. That internal, natural process, it is under constant assault. There's basically a battle going on for what you believe. It's a war between our own organic way of thinking and, well, a counterfeit process that's designed to do the thinking for us. And this image right here, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got that natural, internal cycle, the way we grow. And on the other, you've got this powerful external force that wants to control our minds through some pretty slick manipulation. So let's dig into the natural process first. So what does it actually look like to change your mind authentically? Well, it turns out it's a fundamental pattern, a cycle of personal growth that happens completely inside of us, on our own schedule, guided by our own conscience. Think of it like a 3-act play, and you're the star. First, you have the death of an old belief, something that just doesn't work for you anymore. It doesn't line up with reality. Then comes the resurrection. A new idea, a new possibility starts to take shape. And finally, the rebirth, where you consciously use your own free will, your own judgment, to choose and embrace that new belief. It's a deeply personal transformation. Now, this is really cool. The space where all this transformation happens, the ancient Greeks had a beautiful word for it: syneídēsis. And it means so much more than just being conscious. It means a moral co-awareness. It's like our inner compass, that shared sense of right and wrong that ties our freedom to our responsibility. It is the sacred ground where we do our real thinking. And look, this isn't just some abstract theory. It's something every single one of us goes through. We've all been there, haven't we? That moment you realize, wow, something I believed just isn't true, and now you have to decide what to believe instead. That's your syneídēsis kicking in the gear. This all sounds pretty empowering, right? Having our own internal compass to guide us. But what if I told you that this entire process, this deeply personal journey, is being counterfeited? What if there's a system out there designed to get you to change your mind without you even knowing it's happening? All right, let's flip the coin and look at the other side. This is the counterfeit model, and it's not designed for your growth, it's designed for control. It's a system that completely hijacks that natural rhythm of change, that death and rebirth cycle, to just install beliefs in your mind without any real reflection or consent from you. This counterfeit is often called the Achaian dialectic, and it works like a dark mirror of the natural cycle. First, a problem is created, or at least blown way out of proportion, to make you afraid. Then, that fear gets used to whip up a massive public reaction. You know, panic, outrage, the demand for someone to do something right now. And right at that peak of chaos, a pre-packaged solution is handed down from on high, a new belief, a new policy that you're just supposed to accept. The whole trick to this counterfeit process is speed and emotion. It moves so fast you don't have time to stop and think, to check in with that inner compass. So the beliefs you end up with are like a house of cards, flimsy, unstable, built on the shifting sands of pure reaction, not on the solid rock of your own thinking. Okay, let's put these two side by side. Just take a second and really look at this. This right here is the whole ballgame. The natural process, that's a journey of self-discovery, and it's driven by your free will. The counterfeit, that's a system of control, driven by outside fear and manipulation. I mean, the difference could not be more clear. So the big question is, how do we fight back? How do we reclaim our own minds from this constant pressure? Well, the good news is we are not powerless. Peter Duke's work actually gives us an amazing toolkit for mental freedom, and it's based on some ancient ideas that are, frankly, more relevant today than ever. Our first tool in the kit is logos. That's the power of reason and language. This is all about becoming a detective of words. It means you start paying super close attention to how things are being framed, what kind of emotional language is being used, and what bigger story is being sold. It's your first line of defense.
Next up, we've got krisis. This is the art of discernment. Basically, think of it as your own personal, built-in lie detector. Once logos spots the frame, krisis comes in and takes it apart. You start asking the tough questions. Wait, what information is being left out here? What's being exaggerated? What giant generalization am I being asked to swallow? This is where you dissect the argument.
Now, our third tool is Prouse. And this one is so important because almost everyone gets it wrong. This is not about being meek or passive. It's the total opposite. It's about having the calm strength to control your own impulses, to choose a thoughtful, measured response, instead of giving that knee-jerk reaction the counterfeit process wants from you. It's your emotional circuit breaker.
And finally, our fourth tool, agape. This is our moral compass. It's that simple, but profound choice to act for the genuine good of other people. It's what grounds all the other tools. It's what makes sure our reason, our discernment, and our calm strength are all pointed towards something constructive, a deep care for truth and for our fellow human beings.
So here are some really simple, practical questions you can ask yourself to start using these tools. The next time you feel that pressure, that emotional push to jump on a bandwagon, just pause. Ask yourself, what happens if I don't react right away? That one question can be an incredible antidote to manipulation. It creates just enough space for your own mind to get to work. And you can help other people break free too. These phrases, they're not for starting an argument. They're what you might call pattern interrupts. They're just gentle ways to create a little space for other people to think for themselves, without making them defensive. Just asking what part of that feels solid to you and what part feels like it's coming from somewhere else can be a powerful invitation for them to reconnect with their own thinking.
Look, in the end, this isn't about winning arguments or proving you're right. It's about reclaiming our fundamental right to think for ourselves. It's about restoring the space we need for real reflection and real discernment and real understanding to grow, both in ourselves and in the world around us. So I'll just leave you with this one question. What space will you reclaim for yourself?